You found paradise in America. Now you come to me and you say, I'm Corleone, give me justice. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he will become my enemies. And then they will fear you.
In the heart of Sicily, on December 7th, 1891, a legend was born, Vito Corleone. This is the story of how he went from an orphan Sicilian boy to a millionaire mafia boss.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Lasciati fare a me.
Or the way he would prefer it.
Accept this justice as a gift on my daughter's wedding day.
The Godfather. In those days, Italy was marred by stark class differences and unrest. Poverty and oppression forced many Italians to seek a new life across the ocean in America. But tragedy struck young Vito when his father was murdered by the ruthless Don Ciccio, a Sicilian mafia boss. His older brother met a similar fate during their father's funeral. In a desperate bid to save her last son, Vito's mother sacrificed herself, allowing him to escape from the clutches of Don Ciccio. With nothing but resilience and the dreams of a better life, Vito embarked on a treacherous journey to America, a land of promise and uncertainty. On Ellis Island, the land of dreams, Vito became Vito Corleone. He was thrust into a world where survival demanded cunning and strength. Vito found refuge with the Abbandando family and a loyal friend in Genco. He married Carmela and started a family, working an honest job at Abbandando's grocery store. But life had a different plan. Jobless and with a family to feed, Vito was thrust into a world of uncertainty. With limited options, Vito entered the world of crime alongside friends like Peter Clemenza and Salvatore Tessio. Together, they ventured into petty crimes, hijacking garment trucks to make ends meet. In 1917, Don Fanucci's demand for tribute brought Vito face to face with the Mafia. Don Fanucci personifies the pervasive influence of the Black Hand, an early Italian-American criminal organization notorious for extortion, threats, and violence that targeted Italian immigrants in the United States during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. But Vito's keen instincts told him that Fanucci's power was an illusion. Vito offered Fanucci a deal he couldn't refuse. In a daring act, Vito eliminated Fanucci, seizing control of the neighborhood and earning the respect that would propel him to power. Vito's newfound status led to local dominance. He began accepting gifts from businesses and gained a reputation for solving disputes, all while amassing wealth. And he chose the title of the Godfather for himself. Vito's olive oil importation business, Genco Pura, thrived, becoming the nation's largest. But it was also the perfect cover for his illegal operations, especially during Prohibition. Vito was not alone in his ascent. Across America, Italian immigrants formed mafia families, navigating a tumultuous era marked by increasing class disparities. Don Corleone had principles: no drugs, no prostitution. He desired to protect his community and its values, a goal that set him apart. Vito wove a web of political connections, wielding influence over elections and the police. He sought to control crime, absorbing or eliminating rival gangs. In 1922, Vito returned to Sicily, not just for a homecoming, but for vengeance. His past and present converged as he confronted Don Ciccio. In a moment of reckoning, Vito avenged his family. By the early 1930s, Vito Corleone, alongside his trusted allies, Clemenza, Tessio, and Genco Abbandando as the first consigliere, formed the Corleone family, a rising force. The Great Depression tested the mettle of men, but Vito provided jobs, protection, and hope. He was a guiding force in a world veering toward darkness. Vito's quest for control led to the formation of the Commission, an attempt to unite the underworld. With Prohibition's end, Vito forged a partnership with Salvatore Maranzano. Salvatore Maranzano was a powerful Italian-American mob boss during the early 20th century, reflecting the shift from the chaotic Black Hand era to the organized mafia families. He symbolizes the challenges Italian immigrants faced, turning to crime for survival. Maranzano's character highlights the emergence of structured criminal organizations and power struggles. But Maranzano's short-sightedness would ignite the Olive Oil War. The Olive Oil War was a test of wits. Vito's intelligence, political power, and ability to outmaneuver his enemies made all the difference. As the war raged on, Vito's strategic brilliance turned the tide. Like Luca Brasi, his fearsome enforcer, he kept his allies close. Luca Brasi, a man of unwavering loyalty, became Vito's symbol of intimidation. He eliminated threats with ruthless precision. Vito's message to Al Capone was clear: join him or stay out of the way. Capone's neutrality marked a turning point in the war. Alphonse Al Capone, a notorious American gangster who operated during the Prohibition era in the 1920s and early 1930s. He rose to prominence as a key figure in the Chicago Outfit, a powerful and influential Italian-American criminal organization. He became widely known for his involvement in various criminal activities, including bootlegging, gambling, and racketeering. By New Year's Eve 1933, the Corleones emerged victorious, eliminating Maranzano and establishing themselves as the dominant force in New York. Exploiting legalized gambling in Nevada, Vito's empire expanded further. He saw profit in every opportunity, leaving no stone unturned. Amid the criminal empire, Vito was a father who held his family close to his heart. His hopes for Michael, the brightest star, were for a legitimate future in the public eye. But in 1945, an ominous threat loomed. Virgil Sollozzo's heroin operation and an alliance with the Tattaglia family threatened to shatter the family's foundations. Betrayal struck Vito on the streets of New York. An ambush left him gravely wounded, and Michael's retaliation sent shockwaves through the underworld. Michael's decisive actions averted further tragedy. His brother's life, Santino, was brutally cut short in a merciless attack, ambushed and gunned down at a toll booth. His life extinguished in a hail of bullets, and this plunged Michael deeper into the family's criminal world. Vito's call for peace surprised the other families. He wished to secure his son's safety. Semi-retired, Vito became a consigliere, guiding his son Michael, who now bore the weight of the family's legacy. Vito knew that betrayal lurked in the shadows. He anticipated a family member, the betrayer, might set up a meeting with Don Barzini. They devised a master plan, a scheme to dismantle their enemies, particularly Don Emilio Barzini. The Corleone family's strength grew, and their grip on power tightened, while Vito Corleone approached the twilight of his life. In 1955, at the age of 68, Vito Corleone passed away from a heart attack, but his legacy endured. His funeral was a testament to the empire he built, and now that Vito and his pledge for peace have been buried, Michael Corleone's master plan performance has arrived for all the traitors and powerful of the Mafia game. Vito Corleone's remarkable journey from a Sicilian village to becoming the powerful Mafia boss of New York City is a saga of ambition, survival, and the pursuit of power. But his actions, like those of the Mafia, raise questions. Was it all worth it? And what legacy did he leave behind? Thank you for being a part of this storytelling journey. I hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into Vito Corleone's life. If you crave more tales of intrigue and crime, watch my next video. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a moment of the action. Until next time, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.